Set in the 1970s, a once very popular late night talk show host tries to save his dwindling career, but at a cost. Sound cool? Because I'm here to talk about Late Night with the Devil from 2024. So, I kind of mentioned recently that I've been kind of toying with the idea of passing on watching a lot of trailers of movies, that I might be interested in seeing. And, I just kind of unintentionally did that with this movie. I didn't watch a single trailer, I didn't watch or, read any reviews or articles, just pretty much nothing. I went into it fairly blind, about as blind as you can in 2024. I only really knew the basic premise, and that was just more than enough to intrigue me. So Late Night with the Devil was written and directed by Colin Cairns and Cameron Cairns, two brothers who frequently, collaborate with each other with their writing and directing, and I always thought that was cool, like brother and sister teams. For the cast here, the star is definitely David Dastmalchian, who, despite being an actor for like around 25 years, I feel like he's still kind of rising up in the ranks. I wasn't really super familiar with him previously, but as I studied his filmography earlier, it seemed to me like he's kind of steadily, getting bigger and better roles. And judging by his work here, it's much deserved, and I can't wait to see more of him. And with all due respect to the other actors in this film, this is his movie, and I think that's fairly obvious. So he plays a late-night talk show host named Jack Delroy, and he's got a show called Night Owls. And he had been kind of like on the heels of Johnny Carson for, most popular late-night talk show, but he just couldn't manage to ever become number one. But he continues to, work hard and kind of win the hearts of the American audience. But every year, his ratings just seem to drop more and more. So, he starts doing what so many have done, stuff for attention and cheap laughs. And his show kind of becomes a shell of what it once was. I mean, I grew up watching late night talk shows, like Letterman, Leno, Conan O'Brien. And he just really nailed the vibe here. They all do. Everyone does. The entire cast. And of course, the directors. This was filmed in a 4:3 aspect ratio, which I thought was really cool. And there's plenty of, graininess, adding to the, authentic 70s vibe it was going for. And I gotta say, I'm a sucker for these types of, throwback films. I know it can be gimmicky at times. I know, I get that. But I just love it. And David Dastmalchian he really nails, the talk show host vibe. I really felt like I was watching, an old late night TV show. I just thought it was so cool. It just felt genuine and fun. It never felt forced. So one night, with kind of one more final attempt to boost ratings, Jack and the producers decide to have some special guests for the Halloween night show. Now, interest in the cult was kind of at its peak back in 1977. So they invited a few guests that would, hopefully be of interest, even if they might generate some controversy. Actually, I would say it would be a plus for them if they generated some controversy. And they do. One of the guests was Carmichael Haig, a magician and skeptic, and one of his specialties was debunking people who claim to have any kind of supernatural abilities. I really got a kick out of this character because it was clearly an homage to the late, great James Randi, who I was and still am a massive fan of. And he would be kind of a counterbalance to the other guests. One being a man who claimed to be, to be able to talk to the dead. They, those types that were super prevalent even to the 90s. And at last, a young girl named Lily, accompanied by her therapist June. Lily had been a victim of a supposed satanic cult, and June believes her to be possessed by a malevolent entity. She's not excited to be there and is only really doing it to help Jack, who believes that this is a new fresh idea and will boost his ratings. Let's just say that this was a night that would never be forgotten. I'm a sucker for satanic panic era films, so this was kind of tailor-made for me in a lot of ways with all the occult tropes, and I just love that shit. It even touches on Bohemian Grove and all the controversy that comes with that story. I really liked the character of Jack Delroy. I mean, you just completely root for him. He's a genuinely good dude who goes through some tough times, makes some poor decisions, despite always having good intentions. I just overall really enjoyed this film. In my opinion, it succeeds in every single area. The way that the majority of the film plays out as a singular episode of a 70s late night talk show just worked with me so well. The pacing was excellent. No cheap jump scares here. It's kind of a slow burn with the tension slowly building every minute of the hour and a half runtime. And I honestly expected it to be a little on the predictable side for some odd reason, and I'm happy to say that it totally wasn't. There are like numerous twists and turns that I did not see coming, and honestly, I'm still trying to figure out the ending. I mean, 24 hours later, and I'm still, thinking about it. I think that's a really good sign. I was immersed, in the slow building, dreadful atmosphere, and it helped that I liked all of the main characters. They're good people. I didn't want to see anyone hurt, which is, a crucial element missing in a lot of modern films. I think we all know that. And while this is a unique movie, there are definitely some familiar elements here, but I didn't mind that at all. The Lily character was definitely, a nod to Reagan from The Exorcist, and she definitely makes you feel very uncomfortable. This girl did a great job. And you will at times wonder, who exactly is the villain here? And I like that. And I'm sure the budget was low, but that's fine. Everything works very well. I mean, there are, kind of a few moments of cheap CGI used here, but they're rarely used, if I'm being honest. Most of the effects here are practical, which, there also isn't a lot of. This is a film that revels in its simplicity, and when things get crazy and there's gore, it hits you that much harder. Like I pretty much already said, the ending is very intense, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Though I really liked this film, I was kind of shocked and taken aback by its reception, especially on Rotten Tomatoes. I think we need to address that elephant in the room. It's currently sitting at a 97% critic score and an 82 with the audience. I don't know if I can justify a 97%, but I do highly recommend this, especially if you love classics like The Exorcist or Carrie, and even modern stuff like House of the Devil, the 2009 Ty West film. I'm giving Late Night with the Devil a 8 out of 10. Cheers, guys.